So let's walk through the first two examples here. Okay. Number one, what direction is here's the equation. Again, take a look at it, soak it in, look at the values for A, B, and even C. We don't do that much with it, and some other things. Just look at that kind of stuff. We're going to do more of that as we go along, especially in the next standard. Okay, what direction does it open? Up. How do we know? A is a positive 2. Good. Coordinates of the vertex. Well, again, how do we get this from the vertex from standard form? We find the axis of symmetry. Didn't write it down here. You're going to write it down, though. The opposite of B over 2 times A. So the opposite is negative 24 over 2 times 2. So 24 over 4 is 6. There's your x coordinate. Then plug in 4. So that's f of 4, or sorry, f of 6. So 2 times 6 squared minus 24 times 6 plus 76, 4. So we know this parabola is opening upward, and it goes at that and the vertex is that point. So y-intercept. Remember way back when we did the y-intercepts, the intercepts with lines. For the y-intercept, x was 0, so we plug 0 in place of x. So f of 0, we get 76. So when we actually would graph this way up 76, we'd be crossing the y-axis. So now, what about increasing and decreasing in D and E? Now, we know this parabola is opening upward, so that means the right side of the parabola is headed up, is increasing. So the right side of x, so from 6 to the right, greater than 6. So from 6 to positive infinity, these are x values. The function's increasing. The parabola is dropping into the vertex. It's falling into the vertex to the left side of the vertex. So from the left of 6, from less than 6, so from negative infinity, which is to the very, very far, 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 far left, to 6. That's where the function's decreasing. So it's dropping, the y values are dropping until we get to 6, and then past 6 it goes up. Okay, the range. Now the range we start y values. Well, again, opens up. The bottom, the minimum y value is 4. Minimum means it's the least value. So from 4 and greater. So from 4 to positive infinity. So those are the kinds of things. Again, notate. These are that interval notation, not ordered pairs. This is because it's a coordinate. Notice the context. Okay? 2. This time we're given the graph. Soak in the graph. The shape of it, where does it go, what does it look like? Again, all this is saying here is that we have this function. If we'd have multiple graphs, we would have different of those. So look at those nice points and some of the other things. So what do we know about A in the equation without actually giving the equation? Not finding it. It's opening downward. So A is less than 0, negative. Vertex, since it's opening downward, we know the vertex is our maximum. Coordinates at 218. Again, notice coordinates, it's an ordered pair. Y-intercept. Since we don't have the equation to plug in, but here's the y-axis. Where does the graph cross the y-axis? At 10. Notice the x-coordinate is still 0. So the y-intercept's 10. Increasing. Visualizing it in your head, opening downward. So to open downward, we have to increase up to the maximum vertex, or you could actually see it here. It's growing up, going up. So now, where is that? What axis is that going for? Well, from the far left, negative infinity, all the way to x equals 2. At x, so where is this function? Decreasing. So from 2 to the right. So again, 2 to the right, we're decreasing. So 2 to far, far, far right, infinity. x-intercepts. We'll go back and see that late, especially a little bit later, and do more with the algebra. All we could do is with the graph. Where does a graph cross the x-axis, or when y is 0? Well, you can see it at -1 and at x = 5. The range again, range of y values. So, being the vertex, since it opens downwards, it's a maximum, so it's every value less than or equal to 18. So we got that square bracket. I know it's tough to tell there. From -infinity to 18. Okay? Those are the way they answer the questions. Now, if this was some other context, we wouldn't just say the range may change. Some of these other questions may have a context, a statement, or something else on it, but it's the same idea.